I feel like such a nerd. Why I'm wasting my life? You know, I talk about geeks and nerds and Poindexters. You know, but here somebody writes Farouk Assad's foil helmet, and I'm like, that helmet was not in fact foil. Hey, fellow crappers, it's your old buddy, your old pal, Artie Reynolds here once again with Wrestle Crap Radio. As always, on the other end of the tin can and string is the bro to my jive soul, Mr. Blade Braxton.
And you'll never get nothing in the end.
Hello, everyone. This is your Action News reporter with all the news that is news across the nation on the scene at the supermarket. There seems to have been some disturbance here. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, I did. I was standing over by the tomatoes, and here he comes.
So, this week, it's not Blade Braxton's trip to the grocery. It's not Lee Marshall's trip to It's not John Thomas going to the grocery. None of that. We're back to normal. We're back to the status quo. Once again, kids, it's time for Artie Reynolds' weekly trip to the grocery. I don't know if there are any cashiers, any grocery clerks, Food Mart clerks listening to my golden tones right now.
I used to work a register at a grocery store. Does that count?
Mm-hmm. Well, since you have experience in it, then let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Well, on the belt this week, I had standard food items. There were cans and boxes and cartons of milk and frozen bags of vegetables. Standard items, okay?
Standard.
Quick question, hot shot. Average number of items you can put in a standard grocery bag. One of the plastic bags.
I'd say about 7.
Okay.
There's a slogan. There's a slogan when you bag the groceries yourself. They're like, strive for 5.
Is that right? That seems awfully low.
I like to strive for 9.
My slogan would be 10 again. But apparently the gentleman that was bagging the groceries this week, that was the checkout guy.
Yeah.
He must have had a new slogan. Just do 2. I
hate that.
I swear I walked out with approximately 87 bags.
Yeah, and then when you get home and you put all your groceries up, the grocery bags take on like the tribbles in Star Trek. They're all over the place, like they were all over the Enterprise. Empty grocery bags are all over your house.
Oh yeah,
like a plague, an invasion.
Mhm. It was awful. And you know the worst part about it? The worst part is I'm waiting in line, and of course Artie Jr. is starting to fuss, and he's not happy because it's taking forever. And I like looking at the rags they have up front. Not literally rags, the People magazine and Us and
all the good stuff.
National Enquirer and all that. So I'm looking at the magazines, and it's okay. So you know Oprah has a magazine, correct? Her little protege has a magazine now too.
Who's her protege?
Rachel Ray.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh. But here's the thing with Rachel Ray. Okay, whether you like her and you want her sucking on your chocolate spoon or whatever. So I see this magazine of her, and I see her on Food Network and stuff, and every single time she's got that giant smile on her face.
Life is wonderful for some people.
And what's with that stupid grin? It's a quote from the 1989 Batman film. Because every time I see her, she looks like she's been injected with Smilex.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That big, it's weird looking. It's like that smile is too big for her face. You get the big gongola. To quote comic book guy, worst show ever.
Oh, this is gonna be great. We're gonna look back at this show a year from now and
I will never listen to this show. I may not even edit it. I may just put it all up and somebody else can do the editing. All I can say is we're going to try and get back on track here. We're going to try and discuss some wrestling news because here it is. Questions from our readers. It's the mailbag. Thanks for writing in, Buck B. I was wondering why they called John Cena's move the 5-knuckle shuffle when you only have 4 knuckles on each hand. I'm stopping here. I'm actually looking at my hand. Can you look at your hand for a second, Mr. Braxton?
Sure. Let me put it right in front of my freaking face.
Okay. Now,
okay.
Take all your digits there and, like, compress them down, squeeze them in. How many knuckles do you have?
3.
Show outro.
WrestleMania. It was all grown up. Backlash's tagline, all thrown up. Speaking of beautiful women, I enjoyed Lillian Garcia reenacting SummerSlam '88 by having her dress removed.
You know what? It did look. And that's when Elizabeth did that, and everybody's like, whoa! I wasn't floored by that at all. I was just like, huh. Because it wasn't, like, sexually provocative or anything. It was just like, oh, well, this is what I would wear if I was going to go swimming.
That was great, because the $1 Million Man and Andre the Giant acted like they hadn't seen a woman in 50 years.
No, they looked at her like she was walking around showing off her poontang with nothing on top.
It would take more than that. It would take like a poontang shooting out $100 bills out of it or something.
A poontang crossed with an ATM machine. That's what they look like, and I never understood that because I was just like...
Yeah, Andre like rubs his eyes and rubs his face like it's a mirage.
Oh my God. Think about how awful it would be if there was actually a gorilla monsoon. Bunch of apes flying all over the place. And everybody just goes silent.